Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Before we get into anything, I just want to take a quick second and thank every single one of you who has taken a look at my channel recently. The growth that I've seen even just the last couple of days has been absolutely insane. And none of it is possible without all of you. So I thank you profusely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm just going to keep making the best videos I can, keep trying to improve, trying to bring you the best Star Citizen news and ship reviews, things like that. Just doing that as best as I can. But yeah, it truly is. It was mind blowing seeing all the support and all the comments and thoughts and all those sorts of things on my last couple of videos, especially. So thank you all again. With that being said, let's get into today's video. We just got a new 4.1 PTU patch a little while ago. There's been some pretty interesting changes mentioned in this one. There may be some that we don't know about. But we're going to take a look at a couple specific things in this video. Some of them are going to be, there's some new ships that have been added to the in-game shop, so we're going to take a look at that, see what the prices are, what ships it is, and then we're also going to take a look at some changes that have been fully implemented for the Rock and the Rock DS. We're going to be using the Rock today. But there's some new mining heads that have been added, so we're going to go see where we can find those, and then we are going to go explore and do a little bit of ground mining and see how those new mining heads work out. We might get to a couple other things as well. We'll see where it goes. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so first we'll head over to the new dealership in Lorville. We're going to take a look and see what ships might be here. Let's see, do we have the medical terrapin? Doesn't look like it. Probably at Area 18 then. One of the other ones was the Argo CSV SM, the supply module, the little pickup truck. It looks like that is at Lorville. Looks like it's 378,000 AUEC. So good to see that that's there. Let's check Mirai. Let's see. I know there was one of the Pulse LX. Looks like it is here. Looks like it's 211K. So a little bit more than the base Pulse. I think this one is the racing variant, so maybe that one's a little bit quicker. The motorbikes are kind of insane anyways. They're a little bit hard to control. RSI, see if we got the links. Yes, looks like we do. Only 136K. So not too much for that. Just ever so slightly more than the regular, or I think that's, oh no, that's the Ursa Medevac up there. So a little bit more for, you know, a nice little ground vehicle if you're into that sort of thing. Let's see, anything else? Oh, looks like the Intrepid is actually available at Lorville, so 705K for that. Good to see that another starter's made its way into the in-game shops. Like I kind of like the goofy look of the Intrepid. It wasn't good enough looking for me to want to spend real money on it, but I was like, yeah, maybe I'll get it in game. I got a nice interior, so I'll probably be picking this up in game. It can be a pretty good daily driver, I think. So that's good to see as well. Yeah, it looks like no medical terrapin, so we'll have to check Area 18 for that. Let's see if we have the same ships available at Area 18 as well. So we'll check Anvil. Looks like we do have the medical terrapin, so looking at 5.7 million here. So that's not too bad. Where's the normal terrapin? Normal terrapin's 5.3, so it's about 300k more than the normal terrapin, so not too bad for a very useful ship. So that is good to see. What about Argo? Do we have this? Yes, we do. Cool. So the CSV SM is also at Area 18 for the same price, 378k. Crusader, looks like we do have the Intrepid. So that's good to see that there too, 705k. And let's see, do we have anything from Mirai? Do we have the Pulse LX? Yes. 211k as well for this here. And it doesn't look like there's any RSI ships that are available at Area 18, so it looks like the Lynx is only at Lorville from what I've seen. And then I would assume that the Intrepid is also going to be at the Crusader showroom, because pretty much all the Crusader ships are at the Crusader showroom, so that should be there as well. So good to see that there's a couple of different places you can get most of these ships, so good to see that. Okay, so now we've checked those new in-game ships. So now I wanted to check out, in the patch notes they mentioned that the new mining heads have been added to the in-game shops for the Rock and the Rock DS, as well as the new mining bags. So I wanted to go see if we could find one of those and just see how much they are, what their characteristics are. And then I thought we'd maybe go do a little bit of rock testing, just see if we can find some of the new ground mineables that are supposed to be available for the rock. So we will go see what we can find. Alright, so I just decided to come to L2 because that's just like right by Hurston. So we'll run in here. I know that there's a refinery at this station, so we'll run in real quick, store the ship, and go see if we can find some of the new laser heads for the rock and see if they got the cargo pods and anything else here as well. Okay, let's head into the mining shop here. Let's go up to the shop terminal and let's take a look and see if we got any of the new mining heads. We'll look under utility. Let's see. Now, those are mining modules, I guess. Those aren't entirely what we're looking for right now. Let me check a different category here. Let's see. Gadgets. Although, there's a couple gadgets here. I did notice, actually, when I looked in the vehicle manager, it looked like that there was a slot for one gadget on the mining laser of the rock. So, I'm going to have to double check that. But yeah, that's what I saw initially, is it looks like you may be able to put one gadget on there. So, let's look around a little bit more. Okay, there we have at least, here is the, that's the regular rock cargo pod, and then I believe the other one is the rock DS cargo pod. And I know that the regular rock's got a buff to its capacity, I think by 50%, if I remember correctly, from 0.8 SCU to 1.2. And I think the Rock DS holds like 3 or so SCU. But the Rock DS is also a pain to use, so we just won't mention that. I think the regular Rock is still much more popular as far as I know. And let me check again, because I'm pretty sure there's other mining heads here that I saw, so let me check. No, that's fuel nozzles. Oh, I'm just stupid. I just didn't see that, the mining laser category. Oh, there we go. So there's one of the laser heads. It doesn't seem to mention any specific traits about it. Let's see, we got some others. Looks like some others down further here. That one looks like it has some different buffs and stuff for the charge window, the charge rate, and the throttle has a minimum of a 15%. Looks like this one, what is this, the Hofstede? Let's see here. Okay, looks like this one has a little bit different characteristics. So it looks like it adds instability, takes away some resistance, and then changes that charge window and the charge rate as well. Looks like that one has a minimum throttle of 20%. And this one does not seem to have the right name. It seems to be a placeholder name and does not have a description. So there they are. They are in the shop. I will go ahead and buy one of each of these so then we can try these out at some point. But yeah, so it looks like they're there. Looks like some of them have some different characteristics. Those, of course, may change before the patch goes live. And the one just seems to not have a description at all. So that'll probably have to be adjusted at some point. But yeah, looks like they have been added to the shops. So let's go ahead, go get loaded up back into the ship, and let's go try to find a few rocks. Okay, so we've got the mining bag and then the extra laser heads for the rock loaded up into the Valkyrie. Now let's head over to probably Aberdeen. Let's go see if we can find some rocks and find some of these minerals and test it out. Okay, here we are now on the, well, we're on the sunny side of Aberdeen, but these clouds are pretty thick. They do look really cool. Like there's a lot of really nice like god rays around, so it looks absolutely epic. But yeah, so we're just gonna go around for a little bit, explore for some different signatures, and see if we can find some of these new hand mineables, or I guess rock mineables. So let me go explore a little bit, and then once I find something, we'll cut to that. Okay, so I went to another side of Aberdeen here that's back in the sunlight again, and I found a much larger cluster of fainmaline, I think maybe is how you say it. So we'll go ahead and get some of that and see how that goes, and then we will. And then maybe look for one more, and then we will go try and sell this and see what kind of money these things are worth. Okay, so I just unlocked the ports on the rock. Let's see, am I able to grab the mining head? Just so I can see which one's on there. I can take that out, so I must be able to grab this somehow. Let me try putting it into mining mode. Maybe that'll do it. Make it a little bit easier. Let's try that.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
Okay, I guess it I guess it won't stay put in mining mode when you get out of the seats. Can I get it from here? Come on. Darn it. Okay, so looks like at the moment I'm not seeming to be able to find a way to grab the mining head specifically and like switch it out. Let's see. I did buy one of each of the mining heads. Let's just see, which one does this look like? I guess it kind of looks like all of them. We got a Helix, an Arbor, and the Hofstede, and this one. I think when I looked for a minute in the vehicle manager, I believe it was the Arbor mining laser that was the one that was on there by default. So we'll just assume it's that one. But let's go ahead and go test this.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on. Extraction mode on.
Okay, there is one rock. We'll get a couple more, and then we'll go look around a little bit for maybe one other type of rock. I think there's 4 or 5 different types. I don't know if I'll be able to find all of them for this video. Might have to do a little bit more in-depth testing in the future, but this will give us a good baseline, I guess, to some of the adjustments for the rock. Looks like these rocks are purple of some sort. I think the other one that I got before this was a green of some color like that. So, interesting colors.
Extraction mode on.
Alright.
Fracturing mode
Okay, I think that's probably good for those rocks. We'll fly around a little bit more now, see if we can find anything else. Otherwise, we'll go back and unload the stuff and see how much these particular ones sell for. Okay, I found a little bit more of the glacisite that I found one rock of earlier, so we'll just mine a couple rocks of this, get a little bit more material, and then we're going to go back and sell it, see how much these 2 particular rocks are worth. And then maybe another video we'll be able to find some of, I think there's 2 other ones, so perhaps in another video we'll get to find the rest of those. Alrighty. Yeah, these ones are a nice green color, so they look nice. So we got green, and then the other one was purple, so there's 2 other ones, so I bet one of them's probably like blue, and then maybe one's like pink or something, I don't know. It seems to be pretty typical for the colors of the like gem mineable rocks, so it'd be interesting to see if these, because they've split the materials that you can mine on foot are now different than the materials that you can mine with the rock. So it'll be interesting to see if there's some new use cases brought into the game for these sort of things. I know that there's, I think in like some of the leaks and stuff, for a lot of the Banu new mission giver missions, it's a lot of like collecting stuff and bringing it to him. And it sounds like there's some missions where like he wants you to bring some like Valakar fangs to him and some other stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start to get some missions that are, instead of just, go kill these things, go deliver some cargo, of specifically bringing some certain items to someone, and maybe some of those things are some of these new mineable options, or I'm sure once we get crafting as well, that these materials will, in some shape, be involved in that as well to a pretty large degree, I would expect. And of course, once we get crafting, we'll get like material quality. So you may find some glacocyte, but it may be like a low quality glacocyte. So then you got to find the high quality glacocyte. So there's a whole lot of I guess you could say depth that's still yet to be implemented into the game. So there's a lot of exciting stuff ahead for a lot of these things. And it helps make having the distinction between what you can get on foot, what you can get in like a rock, what you can get in a prospector. It definitely helps make a distinction and make it worthwhile to actually do those things. Now, then it's just up to CIG to make those materials needed from each of those, for different things, different weapons or different components. You need these materials that require you to either go do hand mining and rock mining yourself or purchase it from someone who enjoys doing that sort of thing a lot of the time. So lots of stuff coming down the road. I'm excited for it, excited to see what happens. I at the beginning of this year, or like before we got the letter from the chairman, I would have probably told you that I would have expected at least some form of crafting and base building probably near the end of this year. Since the letter of the chairman, I really doubt we're going to see any form of crafting and base building this year, and that is also despite in the most recent monthly report seeing that crafting, as far as I know, now works using the developer UI. But I think that it's still, they still probably got to do all the stuff for making an actual nice and pretty UI for us to use. So that'll probably take a while, and then just because it's a big new feature, that's probably going to make it take a while as well. So I think it's more likely we see that next year once they've gotten things ironed out and all that sort of thing. So now we've got some more rocks. So now we're going to head over to, I think I'm going to go to Area 18, and we're going to go check out some stuff there and go sell these rocks. Okay, let's head into the TDD and see what we can sell these for. Okay, let's see here. Well, either I was wrong that Area 18 or these big landing zones don't take these, or maybe they haven't been added to the option to sell at different places, because I cannot sell these from what I can tell. So that may be a bug, or I may have just taken them to the wrong place. So we'll have to experiment with that a little bit more in another video. I'm planning to do a little bit more in-depth rock testing with the new mining heads. So test some of those out, see what differences there are with that. But yeah, so it looks like we can't sell those for now, so that is unfortunate. Okay, and I thought I'd also come check the dumpers depot here at Area 18. Let's see if these, the new mining heads and the cargo bags for the rock are also sold here. So go to utility, let's check this laser heads. Okay, yep, there's the one. And 2, 3, 4. Okay, so looks like they are available here. Let's see anything else. Let's see here. We do also have, ooh, that's another change I had forgot to mention till now. The tractor beam module for the Vulture, I believe, has been added. I think that hadn't been there in a while, and I think there may have been like a bug where if you accidentally unequipped it, it would just like disappear. You couldn't get it back, and so basically you were just like without a tractor beam. So looks like that has been added to at least the dumpers depot here at Area 18. So I assume probably will be at other dumpers depots as well. So that's good. And then let's double check again on those cargo pods. Okay, yeah, looks like they are under miscellaneous here. So we got the regular rock one, and then I believe this is the rock DS cargo pod. So looks like they're there. So yeah, you can get them at Area 18. And then like I did earlier, I got some at the refinery, specifically at Harel 2. I assume, though, that they're probably going to be at any refinery station, that has that little refinery shop. So you could probably be able to buy them there. So they shouldn't be too difficult to find. Okay, so with that, that is all the major testing that I have for today's video. I'll probably test, there's a few other changes that were in this patch that I may test in an upcoming video, or we'll see if what happens maybe with a patch tomorrow or something like that. But a few other minor changes that I noticed. So under the AI section, they noted that they gave shopkeeper and civilian AI at derelict settlements, probably mostly in Pyro, pistols to help defend themselves. So will it really do that much? Probably not, but I guess, you know, it adds a little bit more of a threat. But until the AI keeps, you know, getting better, it's still not going to be that big of a deal. But interesting to note. They also noted that they added multiple new Ninetales FPS AI loadouts with new variations. I think I may have already seen part of this when I went the other day and checked out the new Hathor group outposts. And the mining stations. It seemed like the Ninetales that were there did seem to have a larger variety of different weapons that they were carrying and stuff. Like some of the Ninetales that usually I'd only see wearing, or they'd have like a P4 or something. They had like a shotgun or an SMG or something. So it seemed like there was some variety there. So maybe with this they're adding a little bit more variety, or they're just noting it in the patch notes. Under the gameplay, they added different visuals for the amount of amount variations of hand/ground vehicle minables. So I assume that's just some sort of little visual cue. Nothing crazy that I really noticed so far, but we'll have to see if maybe that's, I don't know, something else in the future. The big note that I want to make, probably one of the bigger changes of this patch, is they have increased the max ammo load for laser cannons. So your Omniskies, your M-series laser cannons, and those sorts of things. They've increased the max ammo from 15 shots to 25 shots. So I think that makes them at least somewhat worth using a little bit more. I think cannons are still in a little bit of a weird place. Maybe once we get engineering, and maybe they are a better option for penetrating armor better, maybe they'll be more viable. But at least, you know, they got a little bit of a buff in terms of that, which was interesting. But yeah, it looks like that was all the major changes. If there's any changelog changes, I'll make sure to make a either a separate video on that, or just add it to part of another video that I'll have coming up pretty soon here. So we'll see if there's any other changes behind the scenes that we just haven't been made aware of. But yeah, other than that, it looks like that is all the major changes for this patch. So we'll keep seeing what new additions get made to 4.1, what other new things we're going to get. Maybe we'll see some more missions for the collector, the new mission giver in game. I'll have to go check that out. I haven't got around to getting over there yet. Maybe we'll see the Valakar. I don't know. Maybe that'd be cool. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes out. And yeah, so that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I thank all of you once again for all of your support, and just hope that we can keep growing as a community and helping build each other up and enjoying the game as much as we can. But with that, I will see you in the next one.